We're joined by the Venezuelan vixen, Julianna Peña, a former UFC bantamweight champ, and she's on the hunt to get her title back. How you doing, Julianna?
I'm great. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Before we talk MMA, how about Venezuela in the Copa America? They're leading their group. They've won 2 games. Have you been following the soccer tournament?
Somebody actually told me the other day that Venezuela beat Mexico, and I was very proud, but then also torn because my mom's Mexican. She's from Mexican descent. My dad's Venezuelan. They call me the Veni Beaner, and I'm like half and half, So I'm happy for Venezuela, though. Boy, did they need that win.
Yeah, that's tremendous. Look, a little while ago, we were here with Kayla Harrison, and I think she's acknowledging that pretty much you're fighting Raquel Pennington. She seems to be okay with that. In fact, she thinks she favors the grapplers. If she were to be a champion one day, she thinks it would be because she faced you. So that was her prediction. What do you think of that? A possible future rival predicting that you'll win the belt over Raquel Pennington.
Well, I think she might be a little bit smarter than I was giving her credit for in the past. So I'll tip my hat to that.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you something. How close is that fight to being made? We've heard anywhere from like October. I don't know if that means Abu Dhabi. What are you hearing? Is it close? Can you give us any clues, any hints?
Yeah, I think it's going to be in the fall for sure. That's all I know. And I think that maybe they were looking towards October. I don't know if it's been announced yet, and I don't want to be that person that leaks the fight, but I'm definitely hearing October.
And so October's Abu Dhabi. Is that something that interests you, going overseas to do this thing?
I think it's going to be in Salt Lake City, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that's where the fight's going to take place. But I loved Abu Dhabi when I went there. It was a great experience, a great time. I don't know that I'll ever get over there again in my lifetime. So if they decide to go take me to Abu Dhabi again, I'm definitely down for that.
Kayla's on this thing where she's trying to lure Amanda Nunes back. Are you, in a way, trying to do the same thing in your hunt for the title? Would you also like to bring her back?
I'll tell you a quick little story. I got crucified for sitting up there when it was supposed to be my Trilogy fight in Canada. She retired, and I sat there booing her the entire time, and everyone was upset that I was booing her. But I knew that she was retiring prematurely and that it was just because she didn't want to fight me. And with that being said, she mentioned her name after Kayla won and was like, why wouldn't you call me out? And I'm like, exactly. She's upset that she's not calling her out. And I was booing, and I had every right to boo because I know that she's not done. I know that she's going to come back. So when I win the title, I absolutely will be making that fight. I definitely think that a Trilogy fight with me and Amanda far precedes any fight that I could make with any other woman in the division.
Julianna, you've been able to accomplish so many cool things within your sport. When it's all said and done, what is one thing that you would want to be remembered for over everything else?
I would like to be remembered for my work ethic, my hard work, and my heart, my determination. I would say that my heart has carried me further in this sport than any skill that I could acquire in all of my years. I think that just my sheer determination of not saying no or not taking no for an answer, has what has garnered me any amount of success in this sport.
When you first started in the sport, so many things have grown within the UFC. They're going to have a card here at the Sphere. That's pretty cool, something different that they've never done. Is there anything within your career, even if it's a finish that you've always wanted to get, is there something that stands out that you'd like to get before you return?
Yeah, is there a fight, is that what you said, or is there a thing?
A fight, a moment, a finish that you've always wanted.
Yes. I think I would have loved to have fought in the Sphere. I asked for that fight. They said that Raquel wasn't going to be ready in time, but I was loving the idea of, fighting in Las Vegas again. And of course, at the Sphere, it would have been historic. But since that option is no longer available, my next best thing would be winning the title again, becoming a second-time champion, and being, someone who gave birth and was able to win the belt. I think that says a lot as far as being a badass mom. Also, I would like one day to be recognized in the Hall of Fame, but that time has not come yet because I still got a lot more fighting to do. So that's definitely something down the line that I would like to see for myself.
At this point in your career, you've seen so many different looks from different opponents. Does Raquel Pennington bring anything to the table that's any different that makes her unique?
I think that Raquel's biggest strength is her durability and just being strong and being able to fight anywhere. And that's kind of what my strength and skill set is as well. It doesn't matter who we're fighting. We're going to be, always in the fight, and you can never count either one of us out. So I love that about Raquel. And I think that that's her strong suit, is that she's just extremely durable. And I don't think that there's anything that she does that stands off the page as far as, being frightened. I think especially when you've been fighting this long, nobody really scares you. You're only fighting yourself in there every single time. So I'm my biggest, scariest opponent.
That is so cool that you envisioned yourself in the Hall of Fame one day. I was going to ask you that, to tell you the truth, but I'm really glad that you beat me to it. I love fighters that have that type of vision. You're a tough champ. You're an undisputed champ. But let me ask you this then. Now I'm forced to pivot and ask another one. What about a BMF champ? A lot of the ladies have kind of thrown that around a little bit. A BMF for the women. Would you like to be a part of that someday?
I told them when they were doing the BMF belt that I wanted a BFM belt. So instead of it being baddest mother effer, I wanted it to be baddest effing mother. So like you can only fight for the belt, and because if you're a mom, you know what I mean? Whether you had the baby or didn't have the baby, I think that, mom's fighting for the belt, especially because we give birth and, give life, which is the hardest thing a woman can do. I think that would have been cool to have a baddest effing mother belt. They don't like my idea. They think it's corny.
Okay, but that said, what about BMF?
Yeah, but I don't think that they're going to make that eligible for women. I mean, I've been
should.
calling for it. And since I've been calling for it, then I tried to change. Oh, no, girls. And so I was like, all right, well, let's change it. Let's have our own belt for just like moms. And they said, no, that's corny. So, I mean, I'm just at this point giving up on the whole idea of being eligible to fight for the baddest fucking mother belt or the baddest mother effer belt. So we'll see.
At least you gave it a shot. And it's always great to talk to you. Thank you for your time today. Enjoy the expo. Enjoy the fights.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you.